Hello and welcome to the autoX show. Now, to celebrate 150 issues of the autoX magazine, in last week's episode, we took you on a journey to find the best 150 kilometers of roads along the coast and in the jungle. Well, this week, we're headed to the desert and to the mountains. Let's start with a beautiful journey from Udaipur to Mount Abu.
It's a very special month for us here at autoX as we've just published our 150th issue. And we're celebrating in style by driving on some of the best roads that stretch over 150 kilometers across this country. Now I'm here in Rajasthan, the land of the kings, which incidentally also has some of the best roads in the country. So for this leg of the journey, I'm driving 150 kilometers from Udaipur, the city of lakes, to a beautiful heritage property called the Palace Hotel Bikaner House in Mount Abu. Now our chariot for this road trip is going to be the all-new Honda CR-V. This car is big, it's beautiful, it comes packed with tech and loads of safety features, and the best part of it, it's just so comfortable to travel in on all of these wonderful roads in Rajasthan. So I've loaded up the car and I'm ready to hit the road. But before that, let's take a stroll through this historic city of Udaipur. Udaipur holds the bragging rights as being one of the most romantic destinations in India, and that's probably why everybody wants to come here and have their weddings. But besides that, there's so much more to the city. It's packed with history. There's some amazing food and shopping destinations around here, and as you can make out, lots to see and explore. Udaipur, formerly known as the capital of the Mewar Kingdom, is a city in the western Indian state of Rajasthan. Founded by Maharana Uday Singh II in 1559, it's set around a series of artificial lakes and is known for its lavish royal residences. Having explored the city of Udaipur, the next day we headed out early in the morning towards NH27 that would take us to Mount Abu. Now, while Rajasthan is known for great roads in general, this stretch from Udaipur to Mount Abu is not just very well paved, but it is also absolutely empty. So driving on this road makes for a very relaxing cruise. Now that we are out on the open road, I want to talk a little bit about the CR-V. A USP that this car has is its lane departure camera system. This eliminates blind spots by using a camera mounted on the left ORVM casing. I have to say that the system is not just helpful while changing lanes out on the open road, but it also comes in very handy while parking. Now the car we're driving is the diesel model featuring all-wheel drive. The highlight here I would have to say is the comfort quotient, as this car is very quiet, it's very refined, acceleration is smooth and linear, and it's just a very comfortable experience overall. So the way the CR-V goes about its business is extremely sophisticated. Some of this is also down to 9-speed automatic gearbox. Once you put this gearbox in drive mode, you can just cruise along. There's also a sports mode that's for more spirited driving, of course. As mentioned, this gearbox has 9 gears and they're all very well spaced out. And the way this transmission has been mated to the engine is just superb. You really don't sense a single gear shift in this car, it's that comfortable. But if for some reason you seek a more spirited driving experience, you can have that too. Because you get paddle shifters behind the steering wheel that allow you to have a more involving driving experience in a very comfortable manner. Speaking of comfort, I really have to applaud the CR-V suspension setup, as it is just fantastic on the comfort front. Now on this highway, there are a lot of wavy sections where the suspension travels up and down at high speeds. But this car absolutely carpets those road undulations. This combined with the brilliantly supportive seats of the CR-V means that you really can't find anything to complain about on the comfort front. I even have lumbar adjust for my driver's seat. So all in all, the Honda CR-V is a great cross-country tourer all around. Finally, after a long smooth drive from New Delhi, we're finally climbing up the hill to Mount Abu. Now from the moment you arrive at the foothills of Mount Abu, you can see the remarkable change in vegetation here. It's a whole lot greener here. There's a lot of trees, there's some flowers blooming as well, different colors, so it looks very nice, it looks very scenic. And the road itself is very nice. It's a 2-lane road, it's quite empty at this time of year. Now from here, I can see that the mountain is really high, and I've been told this place is as high as Missouri, so it's going to be quite a climb. But the CR-V is just taking everything in its stride in such a quiet and smooth and refined manner. The power delivery is very linear. You get this brake hold function, which essentially means that if you've engaged that and you're in gear, if you stop somewhere, the car will not roll back or roll forwards. Now this is something that is very helpful because when we're shooting, we need to do these quick U-turns on narrow roads that are on all sorts of inclines. So the brake hold function just ensures that the car stays in place the moment I back it up somewhere at an odd incline. But climbing up this mountain, I can sense how easy the CR-V is making this drive for me, because I really don't have to think about rolling back or forwards anywhere. It's just going to do its thing, and I can drive comfortably and enjoy the view. So we're in Mount Abu right now, and we're driving uphill all the way to Gurshikar, which is the highest point in Rajasthan. The roads here are very well paved and they're wide enough for 2 cars. Now this drive is actually very scenic as well. Mount Abu is a beautiful place, and every corner you take on a mountain top around here results in spectacular views. So I'm really looking forward to getting to the top of this mountain, Gurshikar, and checking out what the view is like over there. Incidentally, it's also been raining all day, so it's very difficult for us to shoot as well, but we're going to have to try and make do with something or the other. And I'm hoping the weather clears up when we get to Gurshikar, otherwise it's going to be quite chilly in April in Rajasthan. So we're at Gurshikar right now, which is the highest point in Rajasthan. It is April and it's absolutely freezing here. It's pouring, the wind chill is really high, so it feels like it's 2 degrees here. In fact, you can hear the wind howling through the crevices of the rocks, and it's really, really cold right now. I'm freezing. I got my wire bike out. I can't do it anymore. And our camera person is with an umbrella right now. So this definitely is a getaway place in the summer spring. So we are at our final destination of this journey in Mount Abu. This is a beautiful heritage property that offers a great stay experience as well. But now I want to come back to our companion for this journey, the Honda CR-V. Like the place we are staying at, the CR-V 2 offers an extremely comfortable experience as a road trip car. It has a phenomenally comfortable ride and the seats are just so supportive. But coming back to the reason why we've done this trip, as I've mentioned earlier, we're celebrating our 150th issue. And with each issue over the years that we've put together for you, it's been a very satisfying experience for us. Similarly, this road trip, every kilometer has had something in store for us. The landscape has changed dramatically from Udaipur to Mount Abu. So I want to come out there and thank you, our readers and viewers, for enjoying our content over the years just as much as we've enjoyed putting it together for you. And with that, we promise you that we will continue to strive to put you in the driver's seat of the latest cars and bikes out there and bring you even more exciting content in the future.
Now don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we've got the final leg of our journey in the mountains. Welcome back to the AutoX show. Now the leg we're covering next includes the most dangerous road in the world, in the Spiti Valley in the Himalayas, which, according to me, is one of the most beautiful places on the planet.
This is a very special issue for us at autoX because we are celebrating our 150th issue. Now, to mark this special occasion, we as driving enthusiasts have decided to find the best driving roads in the country over a stretch of 150 kilometers. And we have divided it into 4 parts: coast, desert, forest and hills. Now, fortunately for me, I've been assigned to do the 4th and what I think is the best leg of the trip. That is the one to the hills. Now, although there are some great hill roads in the country, I've gone through this particular stretch between Rekongpio and Tabo in Spiti Valley. And there are a few reasons for that. First of all, the distance between these 2 towns is exactly 150 kilometers. And then there are other factors such as the scenery, the surroundings, as this is one of the most beautiful places in the country. And last but not least, don't forget that these happen to be one of the world's most dangerous roads. So that means the journey is going to be exciting and adventurous. Now, this road trip requires a very capable car, and that's why I've gone for the Kicks, the all-new SUV from Nissan. What I'm going to do right now is head out and explore Rekongpio. Now, although the starting point of our drive is from Rekongpio, I've done a bit of cheating here because for my night stay, I've come 10 kilometers further up to a place called Kalpa. And the reason for that is that. Now, sure, the view is amazing, but Kalpa in itself, it doesn't have anything particularly special about it. I mean, it's not your regular tourist destination, and that's why it's untouched. I mean, you don't see regular tourists here. This place serves as a midpoint between Spiti and Shimla. So people going to Spiti, they just come here for an overnight stay. But still, it has its own charm because the weather here is fantastic. I mean, this is April and the day's temperature is around 15 degrees Celsius. Night, it falls down to about 5 degrees Celsius. So if you're the sort of guy who just enjoys, coming on drives, who just enjoys sights like this away from the crowd, so then Kalpa should be on your list. Kalpa falls in the Kinnaur district of Himachal Pradesh, and that means the culture is a mix of Hinduism and Buddhism, and as a result you find some really nice temples and some nice monasteries as well. But again, if I have to explore the region, I think I'll have to head down to Rekongpio, where the main market of this place is, and that's also the starting point for our drive. So let's head there. So now we are finally in Rekongpio. What I'm going to do right now is find a parking spot and then take a walk around. Unfortunately, being a Sunday, the main market in Rekong Pio was closed. However, I still managed to find a few local stores that were open, and I also managed to find a place to serve me the staple diet of this region, some fantastic momos. After a good meal, it was time to call it a night and prepare for the drive to Tabo the next day. So after waking up to some amazing views today morning, it's now time to head out. It's work time finally, and today is the day when our drive officially starts. So basically, I'm right now in the city center at Rekong Pio, and we are going to set off for Tabo. And as you can see, it's exactly 150 kilometers from here. So yeah, let's hit the road. So right now we are stuck in a roadblock. The construction work is on and they're telling us that it will probably take around half an hour. So we are stuck here. That means our progress is delayed by around 35-40 minutes. So the 4-hour journey would now be close to 5. Who knows, there may be more roadblocks ahead. So now we have covered more than half the distance, and Tabo is only 60 kilometers from here. This place right now, it's Nako, it's the highest point of our journey. It's at nearly 12,000 feet above sea level. And again, Buddhism is the main culture here. There's a nice monastery down here, and there's a lake as well. If you're heading to Tabo, do stop over for some nice break. Now before we reach Tabo, I'd like to bring your attention to my companion for this road trip. That's the Nissan Kicks. So usually when you go for a drive to Spiti or Leh Ladakh, it's common belief that you need a 4x4 or a car with all-wheel drive at least. But not in this case. This is just an SUV, a crossover, but the way it has handled all the road conditions, it's really praiseworthy. Now first thing that I love about this car is the comfort. The ride quality is just superb. I mean, you've just seen that we went over some really bad patches of road, but this car just did it without breaking a sweat. Now the other factor is, because it's an SUV, it has got great ground clearance. That means you can go over bad roads without a care in the world. Now let's talk about its performance. It has got a 1.5 litre diesel engine, and this engine has a really meaty power band. So whenever you're driving up the hill, it's really smooth and effortless. I mean, I'm just enjoying the drive. The absolute best thing about this car is the ride and handling balance. You see, this car is fitted with 16-inch wheels, but still the ride doesn't suffer. You can go over bad patches without a care in the world, and this car just gobbles up everything. At the same time, the handling is really predictive and it's really enjoyable. And part of the reason is also its steering. Now these days most of the steering are electric, so they lack any feel and feedback. But this one here is a hydraulic unit, and that means it's dripping with feel and feedback. So when you're going around a winding set of roads, you get so much of feedback from the wheel that it's really enjoying to drive. And just to make your journey all the more enjoyable, this car is loaded with features. I mean, this here is a nice infotainment screen right here. It comes with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can connect your phone, you can listen to your music. Whatever you want to do, you can do it here. Again, there is a 360-degree camera, so you can get a nice view of the road around. You can see, check all the space and everything. So again, it was a very comfortable drive throughout, and I think I really enjoyed driving this car to the hills. So as we inch closer to Tabo, I think it's the right time to take a look back at our journey today. So first of all, let's get one thing straight. When we say that this particular stretch between Rekong Pio and Tabo is the best driving road, we aren't implying that you'll find the best roads here. You see, it's been 7 hours on the road and we have only covered half the distance. And that's because the roads are in really bad shape. The construction work is on, there are multiple landslides, which meant that there was a delay of close to 2 hours in our drive today. However, all things considered, I think it's a small niggle in the bigger scheme of things. Sure, these are not the best roads, but the views and the surroundings and the changing landscape more than makes for it. Like for instance, when we started from Rekongpio early in the morning, it was all lush green around. But right now, as we are entering Spiti Valley, it has turned into this cold, barren desert highland. And the way these settings change within minutes, it's really mesmerizing. And coming back to the drive, yes, these are one of the world's most dangerous roads, but there are some nicely paved and silky smooth roads on the way. Especially the stretch between Nako and Tabo. I think it's my personal favorite because first you climb all the way up to 12,000 feet and then it's a fast drive downhill. So I really enjoyed it. So what I'm trying to say here is that there's always this excitement, thrill, and a sense of fear when you're driving on these roads. And that's why this particular stretch between Rekongpio and Tabo is so special. Standing right in front of the Tabo Monastery, which is one of the holiest places in Spiti Valley. It's also one of the main attractions here because it's more than 1,000 years old. But more importantly for us, this place here also marks the end of the 4th leg of our 150th issue drive. And as you've already seen, it's been a crazy and adventurous drive. But again, when the destination is as beautiful as this, it's always worth the effort. Also, special props to our car, the Nissan Kicks. It did the entire journey without breaking a sweat. It wasn't the easiest of drives, you see, because of the changing terrain. The road network was really bad, but this car here, it did everything flawlessly. So now that the drive is over and my job is done and there's no internet, no distraction here, so I'm just going to find a nice and isolated place and soak in the amazing views of the Spiti Valley. Meantime, you guys don't forget to pick a copy of our 150th issue. It's a special issue. It'll be out on stands in May, so don't forget to pick it up. Not only does it pack this travelogue, there are 3 more on the best driving roads in India from coast, desert and forest. So do pick it up.
So we hope you enjoyed our 4 road trips over the past couple of weeks. Some journeys, after all, are for the soul. Now make sure you listen to Shivant and head out and pick up a copy of our 150th issue. And of course, follow us on social media for your daily dose of all things automotive. And remember, it's chaos out there, so always buckle up and wear your helmets. We'll see you again next weekend on the autoX show.